Before we continue, a quick viewer discretion notice. This video was recorded in public areas during my Chicago vacation and may contain brief, unexpected scenes involving revealing clothing or nudity. These scenes are incidental to the travel coverage and are not the focus of this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching MIM View Travel Channel. Welcome to MIM View Travel Channel. If you're planning a trip to Chicago or you're looking for one of America's best food festivals, you're in the right place. Today, I'm taking you along on my vacation to the Taste of Chicago Festival 2026, held at beautiful Grant Park from July 8th through July 12th, 2026. During my touring, I walk around the corner of State Street and Michigan Avenue, and I didn't expect the World Bike Ride Chicago 2026. Riders from all backgrounds come together to celebrate freedom, fitness, sustainability, and the joy of cycling through the heart of the Windy City. Against the backdrop of Chicago's iconic skyline, this energetic ride showcases community spirit, colorful bicycles, and an unforgettable atmosphere. While this was surprising and shocking, whether you're participating, cheering from the sidelines, or simply exploring the city, this event is a fantastic way to experience Chicago's vibrant culture. During this trip, I experienced incredible food, live entertainment, beautiful parks, iconic landmarks, and stayed at one of Chicago's most historic hotels, the Palmer House. If you enjoy travel guides, festivals, and destination reviews, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to MIM View Travel Channel. Let's get started. After arriving in Chicago, I checked into the historic Palmer House Hotel. The hotel immediately impressed me with its elegant architecture, classic decor, and welcoming atmosphere. One of the biggest advantages of staying here was the location. The Palmer House made it incredibly easy to explore downtown Chicago. Many of the city's top attractions, including Grant Park, Millennium Park, and the Magnificent Mile, were within walking distance. After checking into my room, I spent some time exploring the hotel itself. The beautiful lobby, historic design, and comfortable accommodations made this one of my favorite hotel experiences. If you're planning to attend the Taste of Chicago Festival, I highly recommend considering the Palmer House because of its convenient location and excellent service. The highlight of my vacation was definitely the Taste of Chicago Festival at Grant Park. This festival truly celebrates everything that makes Chicago's food scene so special. As I entered the festival grounds, I immediately noticed the incredible energy. Thousands of people filled the park, creating an exciting and welcoming atmosphere. Food vendors stretched across the festival grounds, offering an amazing variety of dishes. No matter what kind of food you enjoy, there was something for everyone. From Chicago favorites to international cuisine, every vendor seemed to offer something unique. One of the things I appreciated most was the quality of the food. Everything I tried was fresh, flavorful, and prepared with care. The festival gave visitors the opportunity to sample dishes from many of Chicago's most popular restaurants without having to travel across the city. The portions were generous, prices were reasonable, and the selection was outstanding. The organization of the festival also impressed me. Despite the large crowds, everything was well managed. Security, seating areas, walking paths, and food lines all moved smoothly throughout the day. It was easy to spend several hours simply walking from vendor to vendor, discovering new foods. The entertainment throughout the festival added another level of excitement. Live music filled the park almost continuously. Multiple stages featured talented performers that kept visitors entertained throughout the day and into the evening. Whether people were dancing, relaxing on the lawn, or enjoying dinner with family and friends, there was always something happening. The atmosphere was energetic without ever feeling overwhelming. One thing I noticed was how diverse the crowd was. Families, tourists, local residents, and visitors from around the country all came together to celebrate food, music, and Chicago culture. It created an experience that felt welcoming and enjoyable for everyone. When I wasn't enjoying the festival, I spent time exploring nearby Millennium Park. This is one of Chicago's most famous attractions, and it's easy to understand why. The beautifully landscaped gardens, public art, and open spaces create an incredible environment for both visitors and local residents. One of my favorite moments was visiting the famous sculpture known as the Bean. Watching people interact with the mirrored surface while taking photos made the park feel alive with energy. The public artwork throughout Millennium Park reflects Chicago's creativity and appreciation for culture. Walking through the park gave me a chance to slow down, relax, and appreciate the beauty of the city. If you're visiting Taste of Chicago, Millennium Park is only a short walk away and is absolutely worth adding to your itinerary. After enjoying the incredible food at the Taste of Chicago Festival, I headed north to explore Chicago's famous Magnificent Mile. This iconic stretch of Michigan Avenue is a shopper's paradise, filled with world-renowned luxury brands, flagship stores, restaurants, and beautiful architecture. One of my favorite stops was Burberry. The elegant storefront and stylish window displays perfectly capture the luxury shopping experience that the Magnificent Mile is known for. Even if you're just window shopping, it's exciting to browse the latest fashion collections and experience one of the world's most recognizable designer brands. As I continued walking, every block offered something new, from upscale boutiques and department stores to cafes and their historic landmarks. The energy of the crowds, the towering skyline, and the vibrant atmosphere make this one of Chicago's must-visit destinations. If you're planning a trip to Chicago, be sure to add the Magnificent Mile to your itinerary. It's the perfect place to shop, dine, explore, and experience the excitement of one of America's greatest cities. While exploring Chicago's famous Magnificent Mile, I made a stop at Macy's, one of the city's most recognizable department stores. Inside, I found an incredible selection of fashion, shoes, beauty products, home decor, and gifts from many of today's top brands. Whether you're searching for the latest styles or the perfect souvenir, Macy's offers something for every shopper. Its convenient location makes it an easy stop while walking Michigan Avenue. If you're planning a shopping day on the Magnificent Mile, be sure to add Macy's to your itinerary. It's a classic Chicago shopping experience you won't want to miss. During my Taste of Chicago vacation, one of the places I definitely wanted to spend some time exploring was the incredible Chicago River. Running directly through downtown, the river gives you a completely different perspective of the city. Between the towering skyscrapers, historic bridges, restaurants, sightseeing boats, water taxis, and the Chicago Riverwalk, there is so much to experience. Whether you want to cruise the river, enjoy dinner overlooking the water, take an architecture tour, or simply walk along the river walk, this is one Chicago attraction you don't want to miss. Let's begin with one of the easiest ways to experience the river during the Taste of Chicago. The Riverwalk stretches through the heart of downtown and gives you beautiful views of the river, bridges, boats, and some of Chicago's most impressive architecture. I enjoyed simply walking along the water and watching the city around me. You'll see sightseeing boats passing underneath the bridges, water taxis moving passengers around downtown, people dining outside, and visitors stopping everywhere to take pictures. The Riverwalk is also a great place to slow down after spending the day sightseeing. Find a place to sit, enjoy the scenery, grab something to eat or drink, and watch the boats cruise along the river. And one of the best parts is that simply walking the Riverwalk doesn't cost anything. Another fun way to experience the Taste of Chicago is by taking a water taxi. Instead of sitting in traffic or traveling underground, you can use the river as your transportation while enjoying incredible views along the way. A water taxi can connect you with different areas around downtown and gives you an opportunity to see Chicago from a completely different angle. Once you're on the water, look up. The skyscrapers seem even more impressive from the river, and every turn provides another great photo or video opportunity. For visitors, the water taxi isn't just transportation. It can become part of the sightseeing experience itself. Just remember that schedules, routes, and fares can change, so check current information before heading out. Now, if there's one activity I would recommend considering on the Chicago River, it's a river cruise or architecture tour. Chicago is famous around the world for its architecture, and seeing those buildings from the river gives you a perspective you simply can't get from the street. As your boat travels through downtown, you'll pass buildings representing different periods in Chicago's history. Many guided tours explain the stories behind the skyscrapers, the architects who designed them, and how Chicago developed into the city we see today. Even if you're not an architecture expert, the experience is fascinating. You'll also travel underneath some of Chicago's famous movable bridges. And don't forget your camera, because this is where you'll get some amazing views of the Chicago skyline. There are different types of boat experiences available, including traditional sightseeing cruises, architecture cruises, evening cruises, and other recreational trips. If you're visiting during a busy summer weekend, reserving your tour ahead of time can be a good idea. After spending time exploring the river, you're probably going to get hungry. Fortunately, the Chicago River area has plenty of opportunities to enjoy a meal with a view. Along the Riverwalk and surrounding streets, you'll find restaurants and casual dining spots where you can sit near the water while watching the boats pass by. Depending on where you stop, you can find everything from quick snacks and casual meals to a more upscale dining experience. For me, the location is part of what makes dining here special. Imagine sitting outside on a beautiful Chicago afternoon with the river in front of you, skyscrapers surrounding you, boats cruising past, and people enjoying the Riverwalk. If you're planning a romantic evening, dinner near the Chicago River can also be a great addition to your itinerary. While you're exploring, don't overlook Chicago's famous bridges. Walking across the bridges provides some fantastic views in both directions. Stop for a moment and look down the river. You'll see buildings rising on both sides, boats traveling underneath you, pedestrians along the Riverwalk, and some of Chicago's most recognizable landmarks. These bridges are excellent locations for photos and video. During the daytime, you get clear views of the architecture and activity along the river. But as evening approaches, the experience begins to change. The Chicago River becomes especially beautiful after sunset. As the lights inside the skyscrapers begin to glow and reflections appear across the water, downtown Chicago takes on an entirely different atmosphere. This is a great time for an evening walk, dinner near the river, or a nighttime boat cruise. As I enter the Taste of Chicago 2026, I'm walking into one of Chicago's most famous summer traditions, right here in beautiful Grant Park. The main festival area runs along Columbus Drive, from Monroe Street down to Balbo Drive, covering roughly 3/4 of a mile through the heart of the park. From the moment you enter, you're surrounded by food vendors, music, entertainment, families, and thousands of visitors enjoying downtown Chicago. And of course, the food is the main attraction. This year's festival featured dozens of Chicago restaurants and food vendors, including some legendary names. I saw favorites like Billy Goat Tavern, Connie's Pizza, Lou Malnati's Pizzeria, Robinson's No. 1 Ribs, Harold's Chicken, Rainbow Cone, and Eli's Cheesecake. There were also international choices including African Food Palace, Badu's Senegalese Cuisine, Star of Siam, Tandoor Char House, Soul Taco, El Sifo Restaurant, and many more. One of the great things about Taste of Chicago is being able to walk from vendor to vendor and experience so many different flavors without leaving Grant Park. But the taste isn't only about food. Admission and the major concerts were free, and the 2026 entertainment lineup included some impressive performers. Throughout the 5-day festival, headliners included Chicago's own Common, legendary R&B artist Babyface, indie pop favorites Beach Bunny, Grammy-winning reggae artist Original Coffee, and international Latin pop rock star Julieta Venegas. There was also Chicago's Summer Dance, with everything from salsa and bachata to Afro beats, hip-hop, house music, line dancing, and more. Visitors could also enjoy karaoke, Chicago trivia, family activities, interactive entertainment, and even a Ferris wheel. Walking into Taste of Chicago, you immediately understand why this festival remains such a major Chicago summer experience. Great food, free entertainment, incredible crowds, and the Chicago skyline surrounding you. This is Taste of Chicago 2026. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to MIM View Travel Channel for more of my Chicago vacation.